Hi, this is Lori, and welcome to my first video in what I hope will be an ongoing series of mailbag show and tell type video series. I want to just mention that this is not sponsored by anybody. It's just stuff I'm buying in my ongoing journey to learn about electronics and microcontrollers and do various projects. So we'll see how it goes. Mainly I started this because I just really enjoy watching mailbags from other makers and seeing the items that they purchased and what they're going to use those for. So I'm going to try to describe the items that I purchase, how they work very briefly if I understand that at this point, and then what I'm going to do with them. Maybe I'm going to put them in a project, maybe I'm just bought the item to explore how it works. So I'll try to explain a little bit of that. So today we'll start off with an item that I purchased locally at one of my local electronics stores. It's the Adafruit Pi Gamer. You can see here on the top, and I purchased it locally because Adafruit's been out of stock for this item for quite a while, and I was really curious to play around with it. And I finally found it at a local store, was able to reserve it, and went over and drove over and picked it up. You can tell that they probably had this item for a long time because the price on this is $39.95. And if you go on the Adafruit site, and even what I actually paid for it was almost $45. So this one's been around, probably sitting on the shelves for a long time. It was the only one they had. But I was excited to be able to get it. So let's open it up and see what the Pi Gamer is. A nice static bag here. And here we go. So there's the Pi Gamer. And you can take a look at it. It's an open source project board that allows you to do retro games. You can program your own. I think there's several that you can load on here that other people have made. So I thought that was kind of fun. I've never tried to program a game before, so that's what I wanted to do with it, was just to give that a little bit of a try. I'm not sure I'm going to become a game programmer or anything, but I just thought it'd be fun, and it looked like such a simple board that's kind of got the pieces already together to get me started. I know there are lots of projects where people build their own boards and their own components, put it all together, but this seemed like a good way to start. So you can see it has a joystick, it has some selection buttons here, and it has a row of neopixels and a display. Now if we flip it over, this is the other thing I found pretty interesting about this board. It has a place for a speaker, but it also has a jack for your headphones already on here. And then it has a place for extending this board by adding one of the Adafruit feather boards to it, which I thought was pretty interesting. A place to put a LiPo battery to power it, and then an SD card slot as well. So pretty full. A lot of other things I didn't mention that I'm still not fully aware of what all I can do with it at this point. So pretty nice little board. And I think for $45 it seems like a reasonable a price tag for it. And I really like this joystick. It's really pretty smooth, not your typical cheap one that you get in a beginner electronic kit. So that's the Pi Gamer, and so most of what I have in this package I ordered to kind of go with this. So let's take a look at what else I got. So let's see. There we go. So obviously if I'm going to continue to do this, I need to get a cooler knife to slice them open like other YouTubers have, but that's what I have handy. Alright, so open this up. And I'll take that away because it's got my personal information on it. And alright, let's look. So this has nothing to do with the Pi Gamer, but I purchased this this book because I thought it was pretty interesting. I've been working with picos quite a bit, and I probably know most of what's in this book, but I know that Simon Monk is a really good author, and I just was curious to see what he has in this book and like to support someone like him who seems to give so much to this community. So got that book, so we'll set that aside. Dig a little bit deeper. Here's all the goodies, and you can see I got a couple Pico W's. Here in the U.S., these are still being, sort of doled out slowly. It's difficult to buy more than a couple. In fact, I could only buy 2 from Adafruit at a time. So whenever I put in an order, I try to grab a couple, because it seems like you go to different places, you can get 1 or 2 at a time. So I always try to pick up a couple of those, and I found these boards very fascinating. I hope to do some more videos on some projects I've been doing with the Pico W's and Picos in general. So just grabbed a couple extra of those. Let's go to this. This is the enclosure here that I bought for the Pi Gamer. So yeah, it's an acrylic enclosure, and it's got some hardware in here. Looks like some spacer pieces, and then kind of the pieces that'll go around it to protect that board. The board looks a little fragile. I don't want to, keep putting my hands all over it as I use it. So kind of nice. Some are clear, but this one I think goes on the top. It's actually a black. So I'll take all this wrapping off once I get it on, and I guess it'll give when I saw the pictures, it'll give it a nice look. I bought this one. I do have a 3D printer, and I did see that there are some files that you could print your own kind of enclosure, but I thought I'd start with this and get going quickly, and then maybe I'll print my own to make my own look to it at a later time. So that was nice. So they still had these in stock. They just don't have the Pi Gamers in stock. So and another, this goes with it as well. These are just some button caps for the. Let's bring the gamer back over here. For these little buttons here, the A/B button, the start and select button. They kind of have a little square top to it, and these will fit on it. And you can see there's some nice colors there. I can choose what colors I want on my buttons, and so those were relatively cheap. So I figured I would go ahead and grab a pack of those while I was getting the enclosure. And then last, I got some batteries, and you might have noticed on the box. Yeah, in the box it's like all this scary pictures of batteries and fires. And it's one thing I've been learning is that you want to buy these LiPo batteries, especially from Adafruit. I had to pay extra money to ship this through a different shipper than our normal government post office. And so I picked up some of these batteries and had to pay that extra price. I'm hopefully going to find a place I can get some more of these for a little bit cheaper. So I picked one of them. Well, that's a 500 milliamp, and yeah, here's the 350 milliamp. This was the one that was recommended to go inside the Pi Gamer on the Adafruit site. So let's see if we can open that up. Take a look at what these little batteries might look like. So yeah, that's pretty small and flat. It's kind of cool looking. So you can see here, that's it. It has a real short cable, and I think that's why this one was recommended, because you don't need much cable. It's going to go right in, on the Pi Gamer. Yeah, here on the back, it's going to fit right in here. So yeah, it just needs to get up to this spot here. So that'll be the little battery that I use with this. You can see it's nice and thin, so it'll fit there. So I got a couple of those. So I should have another 350. So I got those. And then I, since I was paying the extra money, I figured, well, maybe I'll grab a couple more. And I grabbed a couple at 500 milliamp hours. So let's see. These should probably be bigger, I would guess. Yeah, and it definitely is a bit bigger. This one has a longer cable because I don't have a plan for these yet. I just figured they'd be good to have some of these little batteries to power some of my projects. So that'll be my goal, is to figure out some cool projects to put these in. So it looks like we got to the end of the package here, and well, first one went okay, I think. Any suggestions for improvements? Have them in the comments, and hopefully I'll be able to do some more of these. I think the next couple episodes will be more of a show and tell, because I'll be getting some Christmas presents that I'm pretty sure are electronic based. That's what I asked for my family members. I gave them specific boards and pieces of equipment I wanted, so I think the next few episodes I do in this series will probably go through my Christmas presents, and my birthday follows very shortly after that, so I'll probably have a bunch of those things. So it won't be quite a mailbag, but maybe more of an unboxing to see some of the things that I got, hopefully, for Christmas. I think I've been good enough. Hopefully I'll get some good stuff. So, want to thank you for watching, and have a great day.